The greatest secret of being placed in 7 in the popularity poll has been revealed in this chapter. Wow, now I know why this chapter took a long time to be released, because this was awesome. From the beginning to the end, it was just brilliant. We have intense action, we have a lot of bloodbath scenes, and we have a wonderful underdog story that I have not been so invested since the Moomin Rider from One Punch Man. Who's the one that gets that treatment? Shinpachi. That's right, that guy who is pretty much the glasses wearing human, has his shiny moment in his art. Granted, he has some in the earlier parts of the art, but in here, it really shines through. And it's one of the rare cases that you get to see a different form of art style when it comes to Shinpachi rising up against Usopp. This chapter is so good. Speaking of Usopp, he has been such a hell of a villain, and he continues to be one with his dark bone-chilling words against everyone in sight, and he just taunting them because now he feels that the only way he could be defeated is his own self. No one can really touch him. He has all the rights to gloat about it. This chapter has a lot of intense action, starting with Kagura and Kamui going against Usopp. It was a nice tag team moment from these two. Unfortunately, Usopp is just so powerful. He just takes the kick like nothing. And they're from Yato. He just hurts both of them. Kagura gets damaged. And one of the nice sight is when Kamui pushes Kagura away and then he takes the stab to the gut, which looks pretty bad. But I like the fact that his brother has protected his little sister, and it shows that family bond, even if they have that little love and hate. Speaking of the family moment, we still don't know what happens to Umibozo. It still leave in a blank what is his current situation, and that makes it a little bit scary for me. Once that's done, everything just go hell. Everybody's getting slaughtered, everybody's getting cut, left, right, head slice. It's crazy. This Usopp guy is just demolish everybody. But what is a relief is that Hijikata and Sogo are alive. Kondo is still knocked down, which is kind of scary to me. The tension runs deep with the scenery of a losing war. It's one of those cases where you could have your eardrum messed up and you could just see everybody just falling down, everybody collapsing, everybody just dying right in front of your face. Gintoki carrying Yamazaki is a bit of a relief. I hope it's not the case of like, I'm just bringing the body so we can bury him properly. But it's still great to see Gintoki protecting Hijikata, these two rival knuckleheads. And Soga is being protected by Saito. You remember that guy, the afro who doesn't talk? He actually shows up here, which is funny because I feel like this is the first time we see him in display. Then again, we might have seen him when the Shinsengumi finally shows up after so long. Shinpachi, this moment was really needed. Not only it makes him great, but it just makes the entire scenario of a war just fantastic. It's all about him in the middle of a war, seeing everyone dying, seeing the fact that he cannot do anything because he is witnessing a Grim Reaper taking lives after lives. Shinpachi cannot move. He doesn't feel like he could win. He feels like there is no chance of winning. There is no chance to escape death. It's so glamorous when Shinpachi starts off the chapter with a scary, eerie note, but as it builds up, it becomes more and more about him standing up. He revisited chapter 1 with his father, because we all remember how chapter 1 started off. Is the world is becoming a different place where samurai era is pretty much gone, and yet the father never closed his eyes and pretty much died to the very end, living to the fullest, as you could say. Shinpachi remembers that even though death is inevitable, even though death is something that is practically predetermined, that's not going to stop him. That should not stop him, because what you are alive and well, and what you can do is to do everything as much as you can. Do everything to your power of will. Do everything to the very, very end. And that's how Shinpachi rises up to the occasion. And it's just such a great shot seeing Usopp, a monster, towering over Shinpachi. Just show you that David and Goliath storyline feel. That underdog story. That stuff I love because you really can relate to them. You can relate to the underdog, not to mention the fact that Sorochi has once said that Shinpachi is actually a strong samurai. It's just that he always falls under these monsters, these guys who are just way more powerful than Shinpachi. But in this case, he's not gonna let that stop. It's so great when you see him does that technique that we all know that Shinpachi has been learning from Gintoki or whatever. It's just such a great shot of courageous. I felt so much awe from that one shot. I thought this whole presentation in this chapter was thrilling and such an amazing display of underdog. It has that very rare willpower moment from Shinpachi with that shaded illustration. I don't even think I ever seen that in this series until now, but it has a strong effect. It makes the entire scenario so powerful for his character. He actually fights back and continues to fight back despite how much disadvantage he has. At the end, Usoda was actually going to slice him in half, but it stopped right before it continued on. Much similar to when Gintoki was about to get beheaded by Usoda, but Kagura stops it. Instead, in here, what stops Usoda is the fact that the Altana may have disappeared or something happened. Whatever what Sadaharu did, it happened just in the nick of time. And it was great how it ended, because even though Shinpachi didn't hit him, the fact is, he came off really strong. He came off as a winner in a loss situation. It's one of those rare moments where coming off a loss actually make you feel incredible, as well as make you as a winner more so than a loser. And that is a strong writing element. I love this chapter. Everything about it is so great. The action was intense. The tension was crazy. Shinpachi has a fantastic moment to shine. Everything about it was so great. I just love the fact that we have this type of chapter. And to a character that many have believed that he would never get that much of a shining glory moment. And again, this is one of the cases that coming off a loss or coming off not really doing a massive damage, it still makes you an amazing guy. And that's why this chapter rules. Share your thoughts in the comment section. What does this mean now that Usoda may have become human and now he's taking all that damage in? He couldn't even regenerate his arm, so now he's one arm, so he's spitting out blood. So now he's actually feeling the effect of what all humans has gone through. So everything is backfiring. But the question is, what's happening with Sadaharu at this time? What's going to happen next? I cannot wait. And that will do it for the review. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.